Wetware Media presents Living with Your Heart Wide Open, written by Steve Flowers and Bob Stahl, and narrated by Janis Daddona. Copyright 2011 by Steve Flowers and Bob Stahl. This recording is copyright 2014 by Wetware Media. A note to the listener. This audiobook contains numerous guided meditations and exercises. Please be sure you are able to sit quietly without distraction before listening to them. If you are driving and come to a meditation, please stop the recording and listen at a later time. Forward. The greatest truths are too often forgotten. This audiobook calls us back to one that is central to our happiness. If we cannot embrace our own frightened and vulnerable hearts, we cannot love our world. Sadly, we are often at war with ourselves. More times than I can recount, people have shared with me the pain of their core beliefs. Something is basically wrong with me, they tell me. I don't feel worthy of love. One woman captured her pain in a way that really struck me. "I'm a disgrace," she said with a mix of disgust and sorrow. That word, disgrace, out of the flow of grace, speaks to the soul suffering of feeling inadequate, ashamed, or isolated. When we have turned on ourselves in harsh judgment and dislike, we lose access to our natural intelligence, and we are cut off from our innate tenderness and openness. All that we long for, intimacy with others, peace of mind, feeling fully alive, is out of reach. Living with your heart wide open offers a time-honored yet vibrant pathway for healing this core suffering of self-aversion. Steve Flowers and Bob Stahl are both dedicated, long-time practitioners of meditation and talented, wise, mindful teachers. With great clarity and compassion, they introduce the principles and practices of mindfulness meditation in a way that is inviting and accessible. Their stories show us that deep emotional healing is possible, and their exercises and meditations allow us to engage directly in inner transformation. For anyone who is committed to opening beyond the trance of unworthiness, this audiobook will be a valued friend and guide. May these teachings help you recenter the flow of grace and realize the freedom of your awakened heart. Tara Brach, Ph.D., author of Radical Acceptance. Introduction. We human beings talk to ourselves about ourselves a lot. This self-talk is rarely kind. In fact, it's often judgmental and even cruel. It's like listening to a critical sports commentator who's making a running commentary about you, your performance, your appearance, your thoughts, your life in general. It rarely shuts up, and it can make a comment about nearly everything you do or don't do. But does anybody else talk to you this way? We give this critical and prejudiced commentator a lot of credibility and listen to it intently, even though it repeats a lot of the same critical comments daily and can make us feel miserable. We allow this narrator to create and maintain our life story and define who we are. But is this self who's always being judged, or even the internal critic, really who you are? Does the commentary or even the character it describes exist anywhere other than in your head? We call the sense of self this commentary creates the narrative-based self. This is not only the self that you have created and continue to maintain with your self-talk, it is most likely the self you identify with. And as a result, your experience of life is based on self-references and habits of personality that are familiar to you but restrict you from discovering a deeper and more expansive experience of who you are. The narrative-based self is a mind trap. It's not who you are. If you feel unworthy or inadequate, you are caught in this mind trap and share a misconception with a great many others who are similarly trapped in their own self-made prisons. The notion that you have a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?